As Farm Bureau members prepare to kick off 2014 grassroots lobbying activities, the organization's legislative successes in 2013 are a reminder of how our member-driven policy continues to fulfill the Michigan Farm Bureau mission statement. Several issues were considered by the Michigan legislature and signed into law by Governor Snyder. Wildlife management plays a vital role in maintaining balance in numbers, reducing property damage, and controlling disease transmission. Legislation sponsored by Senator Tom Casperson was signed into law in May to protect the right to hunt and trap, to manage wildlife, and allows the Natural Resources Commission to add species to the game list and establish hunting seasons. In June, as the state budget was finalized, the State Department of Agriculture received $3 million to fund the Strategic Growth Initiative Grant Program. The program uses a competitive grant process to fund research, education, and technical assistance efforts focused on removing barriers and leveraging opportunities by processors, agribusinesses, and those in agriculture production. Grants have since been awarded, and the recipients are working to implement improvements. The Groundwater Dispute Resolution Program was reestablished in July through legislation sponsored by Representative Kevin Daly. The program serves as a mandatory mediation program for conflicts between a small quantity well owner and a large capacity agricultural well. July marked a historic accomplishment for Farm Bureau policy. Legislation sponsored by Senator Mike Green was signed into law, completing important reforms to Michigan's wetlands law. The legislation made the state compliant with the Federal Clean Water Act and provided tools for farmers to adjust to the requirements. Legislation sponsored by Representative Greg McMaster was signed into law in October, amending Michigan's Construction Code Act to exempt roadside stands smaller than 400 square feet and used only for seasonal agricultural retail trade from the code's plumbing and electrical requirements. Senator Bruce Caswell sponsored legislation signed into law in November that amended Michigan's tax code to ensure only property used for agricultural purposes will be in agricultural sales studies. Michigan's potato industry will benefit from legislation signed into law in December. The updates were introduced by Representative Rick Outman and provide greater flexibility in potato commission appointments and allows assessments up to 5.5 cents per hundredweight on growers and up to 1.5 cents per hundredweight on shippers. Growers with less than 20 acres are exempt from the assessment. In December, amendments to the state's misdig law were signed into law. The legislation, sponsored by Senator Mike Knopfs, provided clarity on the misdig process for farmers by focusing efforts on risk management and providing greater incentives for compliance. The bill encourages a shared responsibility between landowners and utility interests in protecting underground facilities. In 2014, Michigan Farm Bureau will continue to represent, protect, and enhance the business, economic, social, and educational interests of our members.